Going on, folks? Back with the exhibition edition of GW Recap. I'm your host, Cardell Dudley. And as you can see, GW in the Crosstown exhibition falls to Georgetown 73-64 in an exciting, thrilling game. Very intense from the get-go. You can tell it's very spirited. A lot of people wanted to be, wanted to be here. It was a sold-out gym. You could tell between the players there was a lot of trash talking going on prior to the game, man. They came in ready, and it was a pretty exciting game, man. Again, it's just an exhibition. I'm not going to, jump out there like if it was a mid-season type of game, mid-season, non-conference game, but it was a good gauge to see where both teams are at. And tonight, Georgetown's a little bit further ahead. You just got to be honest. But before we get there, there's some final stats. George Washington was led by Christian Jones, who finished with 13 points and 3 rebounds. Rafael Castro added 12.7 rebounds and 4 assists, along with 4 blocks. And Boo Boo Benjamin added 11 points, 3 rebounds. Georgetown was led by unconscious Caleb Williams with 20 points and 6 rebounds. Malik Mack added 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Kayvon Moretti added 12 points for, Georgetown. For me, it was the little things that led to Georgetown winning tonight. Mainly second chance points. They won that battle 13-6. And offensive rebounds, and then the team defense. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, more athletic than George Washington. George Washington struggled at times to make simple passes, to execute plays, and Georgetown time and time again was getting deflections and just getting fingertips on the ball that delayed, execution. Delayed the ball again to the open man the split second he was open, and it kind of made George Washington have to, it made him kind of pause and think. And when you think in basketball, you're dead. Especially at a high level college game like this, man. So, I felt like that was the X factor of the game, along with the shot making from Georgetown. Caleb Williams, like I said, he was unconscious, man. 8 of 11 from the field, 4-7 from deep. He was bombing away, man. And when they ran him off the three-point line, he knew exactly what he got to the spots. He hit runners, he had mid-range floaters, or he made the correct pass. Just being a smart, savvy player, man. He seems mid-season form. He seems poised to do a lot of damage this season. And Malik Mack, what can you say, man? Just the consummate floor general, 16 points. Like I said, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He controlled the game. He was very poised. Pressured GW's guards, especially Christian Jones. Pressured them a lot, made it uneasy for them to get initiated. Dinkins the third, who's a very shifty guard. He frustrated him a little bit too. They did those two with the shot making that they were doing, along with executing the plays, making the right reads, and then also their defense is the reason why GW lost this game. GW had their chances, man, but whenever they would get within 3 or 4 or whatnot, turnover or missed layup or a bad shot, and you expect to see that. That's why I'm saying I'm not going to jump through hoops and over-exaggerate, overreact to this, man. It's an exhibition, and both teams want to see where they're at. George Washington knows exactly what they got to work on moving forward. That's just cleaning up a lot of little things, man. And being more physical. I felt like Georgetown was a more physical team as well. But definitely clean that up. And then on the Georgetown side, they look ready to go. For them, it's just getting their reserves to kind of play a little better, man. But I felt like defensively, and at this time, it's always ahead. Defensively, they're ahead of their offense, and that's usually the case with most teams at this point in the season. Then the offense catches up, and then you kind of get a gauge for where every team stands and what they're capable of doing as both sides of the ball flow, man. So, it was a hell of a game. It was good to also see GW wing, Garrett Johnson return, man. He's had a tough go at it, battling illnesses and injuries in his college career, man. So it was good to just see him get back on the court and get his rhythm, man. You can tell he was a little nervous at first, but once he settled in, he made a couple plays, had 5 points, on 2 of 6 from the field, starting tonight. But, as he get his legs and wind under him, man, I think he'll eventually shape back into form. Yeah, man, it was it was just a game that kind of, if you are familiar with the DMV area, if you've been around college basketball in this area for a long time, it had the same type of feel and energy as back in the day with the BB&T Classic when GW and Georgetown at times. Maryland definitely was a constant. George Mason, all the local teams, they were always get in there and rumble with one another, with a few national teams added to the mix, man. And it made for a great brand of basketball, man. That was the feel that you had tonight, and you haven't had quite this type of feel in a long time in the area, man. So, it was just exciting to see. I'm gonna throw out some team stats so y'all can get a feel for how everything went. Georgetown had the edge in field goal percentage, 44-41. Georgetown had the edge in three-point percentage, 36-28. Neither team shot particularly well from the free throw line, but like I said, Georgetown was a more physical team. They were 10-19 from the free throw line. GW was only 3 of 5. Georgetown won the rebounding battle, 40-35. They had the edge on offensive rebounds, 12-10. Turnovers, they turned GW over 17 times. Georgetown only had 14. Bench points were even, 24 points. That's a good sign that the reserves, but I feel like Georgetown reserves, with the talent I just saw on display, man, they got even another level to go to, which is scary. And I'm pretty sure for Cooley, that's a good problem to have. That he feel like his bench can possibly go to another level. Blocks, GW had the edge in that. Obviously, with Cash Show doing what he does, having about 4 blocks. They won that 6-3. Fast break points, it was pretty much even. Georgetown had a 15-14 edge. Steals, again, Georgetown 13-8. Points off turnovers. GW had, 18 points off of Georgetown's turnovers. Points in the paint. GW had the edge in that, 32-30. Second chance points, 13-6. Georgetown was dominant in that area, and then GW got a couple baskets in the second half, but it wasn't really close for a minute there. And then there you have, like I said, it was just little things that Georgetown won over GW, and that's why they walked out this gym victorious, man, in a very intense game, man. So with that being said, Carter, I definitely appreciate you guys for joining me. Expect a lot of these over the season. This is just the beginning, with the exhibition game, and should be around for the season opener, and we'll touch back then. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in.